Good morning, Basil. How are we doing?
Morning, Alex. Not too bad. How are you?
Good. What do we have this week, sir? Nice one.
We have the Peanut Butter Falcon, which is quite a nice, charming movie, starring Shia LaBeouf, Zack Gottsagen. Hope I pronounced that correctly.
I think so. Yeah. Where did you see it? Where did you see it? Was it?
And Dakota Johnson as well. Netflix is where I saw it. This was a bit of a surprise one because I just saw it in I think it was in the top 10 on Action Adventure in the last 2 weeks. So I clicked on it, saw Shia LaBeouf, it's always a winner, and the story kind of just takes place, I think they're in the south of the United States, I can't remember exactly, is it Missouri maybe or something? It's a state in the south, yeah. They're actually travelling to Florida in the film at some point, so it must be somewhere in the south. Anyway, the story takes place, this Zack actor, he's got Down syndrome and he plays someone with special needs in the film, and it starts off with him in a kind of facility for
nursing home, they call it.
Nursing
home, they call it, yeah.
Exactly, yeah. And he's trying to escape, essentially, because he doesn't like it in there. And straight away you like him. And on his adventures, he does manage to escape. And he actually finds Shia LaBeouf's character. And at the same juncture in Shia's life, they're both going through just kind of a mixed bag in their ongoings daily. So the two come together and it just creates this really kind of nice premise for a storyline for adventure across America.
I like the fact that Zack, the boy, you'd call it a young man because he's in his 20s. He's got he wants to become a wrestler, which is so far-fetched from when it comes to purpose of objective in life. But
the first 10 minutes you're already rooting for him because he's obsessed with this one video with this wrestler, and straight away he's like, I need to go and find this wrestler, and that's his story pretty much.
So is that why? Because you recommended this one, which is spot on recommendation, but is it just because you saw it in the list, the top, or have you seen the trailer or anything? Because it was for me it was a total surprise. Honestly, I haven't even seen the trailer. I watched the trailer after the film.
I literally liked the title, the Peanut Butter Falcon, which is Zack's wrestling name in the film. Actually, was what they decided upon halfway through. And as soon as I started it, I realised that Shia LaBeouf was in it. And at the moment, I'm just a massive fan of his. Anything he's in is pretty much going to be at least 7 out of 10 for me.
Except the Transformers franchise,
which he has now been condemning himself.
Exactly, yeah. Now he shows you true colors. What a beautiful film, man! It felt like reading Huckleberry Finn and Tom Sawyer, the Mark Twain story. It's like an adventure of two different personalities, characters, and like you said, the only thing that they share is the fact that they're just two lost souls.
They're both troubled.
And they're totally different personalities. What's his name? Tyler's Shia LaBeouf's character is a fisherman and he's down on his luck. He's got a bit of a tragic past, and then Zack is a person that has never,
never experienced
never
much,
seen the world, and he literally escapes out of this nursing home into this adventure of his lifetime. And the two of them coming together is just.
The coming together as well. It's like the thing is, it's hard to get that kind of, when you see a harmony created by two characters, it's hard to get that right. Yeah. The chemistry being built within a space of half an hour in the first half an hour of film. It's hard to get that right without it seeming a little bit kind of lame sometimes, but you're totally bought into it. They're obviously really good friends, and then they're on this really cool adventure. Zack wants to go to see this wrestler that he's been admiring for his life, and Tyler wants to go to Florida. Yeah, and that's it. And then he goes, well, I can drop you off halfway to his wrestling school on my way to Florida. And then they're followed by the female kind of character in the film, Dakota Johnson.
Eleanor, I think is the name.
Yeah, Eleanor. She's like Zack's carer in a way. And there's a great theme in the film of how do you kind of treat people that are mentally challenged. And for me, this Eleanor character, who was his carer, is kind of talking to him like a kid, and Tyler, Shia LaBeouf, kind of points it out to her that actually, look, I'm his friend, he's experienced more with me in the last week than he has in the last 8 years with you or whatever.
He's actually developed in the last week.
Yes, and you kind of respect that, but at the same time, it's like a balance, because you can see that Eleanor won't get him into trouble and will look after him and make sure him healthy. But then actually, if you want to live your life, Tyler's that kind of, it's like the angel and the devil, Tyler's going to make you experience life. Whereas this Eleanor character is just going to make sure that you stay alive and maybe not experience much. So that's a great theme as well, didn't you think?
Absolutely. And there's loads of symbolism in it. So the hero that breaks away from the jail, he literally breaks away and then starts on the journey. Then you've got the friend or the sidekick, which is Tyler, that helps him along the way. Tyler is not the perfect friend either, because he's got all sorts of issues himself. Then the danger dragon lady, because she's trying to get him back. Even though she's a nice character, she's trying to get him back to the nursing home. And there's so many symbolism, which I really liked. So definitely this is one of those films that you would rewatch. I would rewatch it easily.
Yeah.
When you scroll down in a year's time, you'll be scrolling down on TV and you'll run into it and like, oh, I want to watch this again.
You definitely watch it again.
It's such a pleasant viewing.
Let me ask you this: Would you go to the cinema? Would you pay money to see this if it was advertised? Yeah,
absolutely. I think, like you said, Shia LaBeouf and the trailer would convince me to go and it's got that independent feel about it, independent type of film.
It has, doesn't it? Yeah, it really has
actually. Make me go and watch it. Absolutely, yeah. And also, that I'll always love an adventure film like this. So it's good. Reminded me of...
Yeah, me too. It's always a winner. It's always a winner,
of Mice and Men. That film from 1992.
Definitely,
yeah.
And obviously, weirdly, Lenny and Zack, have got that. If you're talking about Mice and Men, it's that with Zack's condition in the film, it's like you see it almost from a child's perspective. Like, he's so innocent and naive, and it's like in this world we haven't got time for naivety and innocence because we're too focused on quote unquote serious things. But like, there's some heartbreaking scenes in the film, man, where that attitude towards life is so young and.
It's a good balance of heartwarming scenes and heartbreaking scenes, I thought, which is always a good thing. So, the spoiler question, so the one that sums up the film best. So, pause for anybody that wants to see it, and then come back once you've seen the film. Which scene was your favorite, Baz?
Well, for me, I think it might have been the first evening that the two characters spent together, and they're both laid on like a kind of beach side in the evening.
Is this when they get drunk?
Washed up boat. No, that's later on in the film. No, this is the very humble beginnings between the two, and I think it's like the first or second evening they spend together. And there's this great scene where Zack's like spread out like a starfish, and they're just talking to each other. There's a great overhead shot of the two of them, and Zack's kind of just explaining why he's in the care home, and he's just kind of going on about how his family have abandoned him, and stuff like that. And then he goes on about when he was in school, all his coaches and teachers used to essentially just call him retard, and straight away Shia LaBeouf, Tyler, just says, look, mate, you don't need to listen to these people. They don't know what the fuck we're talking about. And that's to me, that's the friendship being formed. Tyler's thinking, fuck these guys, man. I really like Zack. You know what I mean? And I'm not going to have him spoken to like shit. So it just breaks your heart as well, man, with the way Zack's saying it in the film. Absolutely. But and that to me is when the friendship formed, and then they were a gang for the rest of the film. So for me, that's a standout scene for me.
Awesome. Yeah, no, good recommendation. The Peanut Butter Falcon, isn't it, on Netflix?
Yeah, Peanut Butter Falcon on Netflix. I'm not sure it's on anything else, to be honest.
I actually watched it on Prime, but hey.
Oh, did you? Okay, yeah.
Cool. Good recommendation, sir, and we'll talk next week, yeah?
Yeah, nice one. Take care, Alex.
Bye.